Hi, this is Dr. Saguil with a tutorial on oil massage. It's either I've asked you to consider oil massage because of dry, itchy skin from the winter time, or because of some body aches or increase in fibromyalgia like symptoms. I've asked you to consider trying this oil massage. In Ayurveda, it's called Abhyanga. I'll put a link down to the traditional application of oil to calm down the body and balance what's considered a dosha. In the Chopra Center, they have special oils for each of 3 different doshas. And you can click on the website that we'll put down here to get more information on what the Chopra Center has to offer. My application is more conventional, I guess. I essentially want people who in the Chicago winter get slightly dry with their skin. Usually with temperatures of November, December in Chicago, people will wake up to a slightly cooler morning and cooler bathroom, and the usual reaction is to turn up the heat a little bit higher in the shower. It is very soothing to be in a very hot shower, but it also will dry out a lot of the essential oils on the skin. The skin is considered one of the largest surface area organs of the body. So if not functioning properly, if it's too dry, for example, you won't be able to keep the barrier of moisture in. If it's burnt, like in the summertime, you won't be able to stabilize temperatures and sweat. So you really have to take good care of your skin. Sometimes if I have patients coming in with dry skin, it'll cause a little bit of itching, a little bit of irritation, especially when you're trying to relax at night. So instead of just relying on Dove white, non-perfumed soap, and then a moisturizer after every shower, if I see patients with a slightly dry complexion, or if we're trying to take care of a thyroid disorder and waiting for levels to improve, using oils is a great thing. Believe it or not, 2 common relaxing oils are sesame seed oil and coconut oil. Again, if you go to the Chopra Center's website, you'll see that with the idea of a dosha, which is a specific makeup that your personality, your digestive system, and your grounding encompass, there is a specific oil for a specific dosha. Again, I'm not going to get into the details of that. I would just apply what an average everyday person can pull out of the fridge: coconut oil or sesame seed oil. Sesame seed oil is kind of greasy, but the idea is you take about a tablespoon of the oil, you heat it up under a faucet, and then you apply the oil from tips to heart. So the idea is you take the oil, just like a moisturizer, you apply it to the tips of the fingers, tips of the earlobes, tips of the toes, and you move in a longitudinal pattern along long body surfaces, and then in a circular pattern at joints until you get to the heart. Again, on the other side, same thing, circular patterns around joints, longitudinal, firm stroking patterns along long bones, and then you try to get to the point of the heart. The idea of moving things to the heart with for example, breast cancer survivors, a lot of lymphedema or arm swelling will occur. So if you've ever been to a good lymphedema clinic, they'll really massage a lot of the fluid, excessive fluid from a cancer survivor back into circulation so you get rid of swelling. The idea with Chinese medicine and Ayurveda is to stimulate 2 things. They're called energy lines, meridias in traditional Chinese medicine, and nadis, or chakras, in Ayurveda and yoga. Either way, the idea is to, whether you consider the practical approach of moving edema and excess fluid, or the more esoteric, old-fashioned approach of stimulating these energy lines, the idea is again to get the oil on. The application of the oil will help after you apply it, again, from tips, fingertips, earlobe tips, toe tips, in a longitudinal fashion and circular at the joints up to the heart. If you apply it, a nice thin layer, and then apply or put on your favorite robe just for about 10 minutes. You sit, relax, 10 minutes, and you can always do things like the breath awareness meditations that I have online as well, or you sip a hot cup of tea, but your choice. After 10 minutes, you take a nice shower, wash off the oil, and you're ready to start your day. It doesn't seem like it's that much if you just think about 10 minutes out of your day, and it will, in time, help with some of the dry itch that is associated with the winters in Chicago, or it'll help with relaxing the body. I suggested a fibromyalgia sufferer yesterday try oil massage while we were waiting for the herbs and the dietary changes to start to manifest or kick in. I certainly have other options like pain control medicines or other medicines that would help with body aches like turmeric or glucosamine sulfate. But again, while we're waiting for one thing to occur, sometimes this might be just as easy. The Chopra Center, as I mentioned, has their own form of oils, much higher end with regards to moisturizing the body and actually cooling down the body. If you're Vata or flighty, anxious, a lot of ideas all passing at once, there's a certain oil for that. If you're Pitta, which might be more easily to get aggressive, upset stomach, headaches, or your Kapha, where it's sometimes hard to get moving in the wintertime. There's specific oils for all three doshas. Depending on the oil, again, you take the oil and you apply it in that tips to heart fashion. All of the old tradition aside, it does help with dry skin. It does help with winter itch. And it can be a nice way to help kind of relax the body while waiting for our plans that we have come up with to kick in. I think it wouldn't hurt, and oil is essentially cheap as anything if you can get it. Obviously, don't pour it straight out of the bottle or you contaminate the bottle, but you can always find these remedies in the fridge. This is your tutorial on oil massage, also known as Abhyanga. Hopefully this helps with your winter itch and your body aches.